I don't know where to start with this. I mean, it's not a bad song. It's fine, but the thing is, it's just fine for me. But I'm not sure how this is going to do. I certainly hope that it's not going to be last like some people are suggesting. I think that spot's reserved for Germany pretty much. Sorry, Germany, but it's true. I mean, one thing does give me a little bit of hope is two things. It was both the AC Bubble Public Reacts video, and also when I played the song to my non-fan friend a few weeks ago now, and in both cases they complimented. They're like, "Oh, I like his voice. He sings really well." So I'm hoping that at least bumps the UK a little bit up in the scoreboard, but I don't know. It just feels very safe, pretty much, and it's not particularly special. Just yeah, but yeah. I can't really give like a coherent opinion on this. Really, it's just kind of like I'm a little bit conflicted. Like, I can see why this might do okay, but I just kind of feel like it's lacking in certain parts. I don't know what's going to happen. Who wants to follow that up?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you, to be honest. I mean, I think a lot of the kind of, I don't know what word to use, kind of a lot of the kind of angst, I guess, that I had against this at first was the fact that the national final was quite meh to begin with. So it was kind of like, you won the national final, yeah, but you weren't exactly up against big hitters. It wasn't like, the French national final where you kind of had lots of songs that possibly could have won. But I mean, I think in a weird way, this is quite Eurovision-y, which in a year when there's quite a lot of non-Eurovision-y songs could be in its favour, possibly, because it's quite safe and it's quite what you would expect to see from the contest. I mean, Michael is a really, really good singer, and he's got a really good voice, and he's got quite a good stage presence. But the song itself is, I don't know, a tiddly bit on the wet side. It's just a kind of like, I don't know. That's really the only word I can use to kind of describe it. Is it's kind of a bit, wet, and it's bigger than you and me, and I see the universe, and kind of those kind of tropes and memes that feel like they've been done to death. I mean, I'd be interested to see how they're going to stage it, because the staging in the national final was quite simplistic. Whether they're going to go for something a bit more complex, I don't know. Be interesting to see. Although I will say the one thing that's kind of gone in its favour recently was the music video that they recently released, which is really good and kind of goes in a direction you kind of don't see. You kind of think it's about kind of one thing, and they've kind of turned it and shoved the song in a different direction. And yeah, it's a really, really good video. Not that they're going to be able to do anything like that in the but it'd be interesting to see, what direction they end up taking it in.
Yeah, I certainly hope that he's not like walking up and down the stage so that the half the time you're seeing the side of him.
Yeah.
What about you, John?
Well, to give the Beeb their due, they have done a pretty nice job of the staging in the last 2, maybe 3 years. So I'm quite hopeful that they've got something up their sleeve. As for the song, I'm going to keep it quite brief because you've covered a lot of ground, really. But this is probably the only time this year that I'm going to exhibit a bit of patriotism. So yeah, it's my number 1, and I regret nothing.
Oh.
It's your number 1.
Oh. Okay. Anything else on the UK before we give it a score? No, I'll take that as a no. Okay, so I'm gonna give this a 2.
5, obvi.
I'm giving it 3.
Okay, and the public give it a 2 out of 5.
Oh.
You're fired, public.